asking yourself in the depth of the being, what would make my beloved the most happy? You might start kissing her with the wish of giving her the most wonderful kiss ever. And noticing that what she needs right now is not at all a kiss. She needs space. She needs a hug. She needs that we put our clothes on and have a good chat and a wonderful walk under the stars. I want to add two things. One thing is that some men, especially those that manifest within their soul, mainly the lover archetype. If you want to read up on this, there's a very good book of Robert Moore and another dude. And this archetype of the lover will tend to already do a lot of the things that we just mentioned. So, for example, they will find themselves very much all the time interested in pleasing their lover and very interested in which point of the body makes the lady scream and how does she like to be kissed, and they know it intuitively. They know exactly what point to lick and to find and to tickle and so forth. And you can, as a man that doesn't have this archetype awakened so much, you can learn a lot from this lover archetype. But don't think that because of that you don't have the same tendency. It is coming out in a bit of a different way for you. So you already have this outward interest to please the woman, but usually behind that is still a certain agenda. An agenda of performance, an agenda of being defined as the best lover she's ever had, being, getting some sort of appreciation, some sort of reward still by pleasing her. What Uriel was talking about is much rather this capacity of really asking yourself in the depth of the being, what would make my beloved the most happy? And you might be surprised that, as Uriel described, you might start kissing her with the wish of giving her the most wonderful kiss ever given in the whole history of time. And noticing that what she needs right now is not at all a kiss. She needs space. She needs a hug. She needs that we put our clothes on and have a good chat and a wonderful walk under the stars. This is what is going on right now. So check on your agenda again and again. This is never wrong for nobody in the bedroom, by the way. This is the same for women. Always check on your agenda. Is there anything left of an agitation, a desire to fill in the gap, even the desire to be wonderful with your lover? That's also a desire. Eros is something that arises from stillness, that arises from being quiet about something. It doesn't arise on a mentalized background. Oh, but if I think about it, it makes sense to I don't know what. No, it's a state of being that Eros arises from. If you look out in nature, and this is also why nature, at least on me and I think also on other people, has such an eroticizing effect, because it just is. And in its godly beingness, it can't help but be erotic, because everything is based on eroticism. Everything is based on the union of energy and consciousness. So there is a whole erotic game going on all the time. Just relax and you will be part of that. That's it. It's as simple as that. Eroticism doesn't need anything, doesn't ask for anything, doesn't search for attention, doesn't wiggle the boobs so that he's looking, doesn't, buy the drink because then hopefully something will come out of it, doesn't push the buttons like this and like that because then she will scream and then finally I can feel like a good man. None of that has to do with Eros. Eros is a state of being. You're there, and therefore you are erotic. You can't help it. And from the specific integration, from what is alive within your heart, from the specific needs of the soul, whatever needs to unfold with whomever around will unfold. But your job is to stay aligned with that, to stay focused in your soul and focused on that goal of being, goal is maybe not a very nice word for this aspiration of being unified with the divine and therefore unified with the natural eroticism. I want to say a little bit more about the feminine gift that Uriel so beautifully described. Just one additional point. It is a gift for both of you. So ladies, if now your ego is freaking out because, but I don't want to give away my wonderful gift, I want to keep it. No, it is born within the moment, or the moments of sharing love with your beloved. It is born naturally when the conditions are right. And when it is born, you will have it together. And it will be nourishing the two of you together. It will awaken your two souls together. Also, the gift is very often not what you expect it to be. It is not, for many of you, when the gift comes, you will be scared. You'll be like, what? This is the gift. I don't want the gift. But you will see that when you actually receive the gift fully into your heart, the gift of what is born between the two of you in the way that Uriel described, that gift will be an enlightening gift. It will be a gift, like Uriel described, that removes you from desire, removes you from agitation, removes you from your problems, removes you from how you saw the world. But when you see the gift, you might not recognize that. You might not even have any understanding of what that gift might be. So let it happen if you are ready. And two very important points that Greek keeps mentioning over and over again. If you want to ask yourself whether or not you are ready to induce such a pregnancy, let's say, such a wonderful engagement of intimacy, ask yourself, are you filled, overflowing with immense unconditional love for the other one? Yes, in the beginning might still be conditioned. It's okay, we're on a trajectory of transformation. But are you filled at least with a good, big, fat amount of a lot of love for this human being in front of you? And two, do you have the inner resources to really deeply fulfill them with everything that might entail? And if the answer to that is yes, and your heart is on fire to create such a wonderful connection together, go ahead. And then don't hesitate. All the way until the birth is given 500 times and the two of you are in such ecstasy that you can't even have any idea of what is up and down. Very wonderful soul. So these were the additional points. In another installment, let's say, of this series of lectures, we will talk a little bit more about the woman's role in this game, which you hopefully are not now feeling invited to complain to, I don't know what the guy might be in your life, of inducing pregnancy or not, or this or that. But much rather the role of the woman is to learn to be in a continuous state of impregnation from the divine directly and giving birth with the divine continuously, which then puts you in a position of being free. And then your beloved, the man that is in your life, has the freedom to create the conditions and therefore partake in this beautiful process, or not create the conditions and therefore not partake in this beautiful process, that is continuously happening between you and the divine. But this will be a whole nother subject for another session. You can subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to receive notifications, and you can find a variety of lectures there and questions and answers. And also soon we wish to start more and more segments of answering to your questions, addressing aspects that you find relevant. So if you want to share with us what kind of subjects you find relevant, you can please write to us an email, Tantra Yoga Chiang Mai @gmail.com. Let's see what questions you have. It's very much part of their path, if you will, if you want to look at it from a spiritual perspective. I mean, an educational perspective makes it pretty clear. We don't learn about these things, right? Nobody tells us. They tell us to tie the shoes and 1 + 1 is 2 and so forth. But these things, they are not understood in this day and age, and they are not taught. And on top of that, from a spiritual perspective, it is the quest of a man to discover this. It's like one of the big riddles in life is to learn how to be with Shakti, how to be in the world, how to have a relationship with Shakti that is enlightening. And therefore they, A, make a ton of mistakes, and B, it's like that's the blind spot. You see, it's the big riddle, the big mystery that you find in the old stories. When the hero arrives in front of the stone wall and there's not even a door and there's some riddly sentence written there, and he's like, yeah, seems like I'm just going home. Not discovering that if he reads it like that and he speaks like that and he opens his heart and he prays like this, then the gateways will open and wow, a whole universe will appear. So it is as riddled for them as in these stories. Don't be with him. I mean, you can of course love him and be with him in that way, but you see, you cannot compromise on these things. Be together in it, transform through it, but you know, you cannot be with him in the fullness of everything if he's not willing to be there with you. If he's not willing to share himself completely with you, or you are maybe not willing to share yourself completely with him, it's not the moment. Take another walk. Take another moment of looking at the stars, of looking into each other's souls, being together. Prepare more. You cannot force a baby out. You let it grow. And when it is the moment, it will come out. So take into consideration that you are free to be with whomever you choose to be, and they are free to manifest in whatever they wish, whatever way they wish, and you can from there make your choice. Or hopefully grow together. That would be the best. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.